Lies, lies, and more lies. We got another update today with the Call of Duty matchmaking intel, blog posts, white papers. But that's a mouthful, ain't it? A whole bunch of hogwash to try to brush under the table the pain in the ass that the matchmaking in Call of Duty has become. A bunch of bullshit designed only to quiet the people in the community who are the loudest and who are also a part of the 10 to 20% who are disgruntled about the matchmaking in Call of Duty. The top 10 to 20% whose enjoyment of the game has already been sacrificed by Activision for the enjoyment of the bottom 80%. These blog posts that they keep putting out about Sbmm are not telling the truth. What they are is a pathetic attempt to defend themselves against all of the truths that us, the content creators, have been putting out about the matchmaking system for the last 5 years. These white papers are just a defense, not the truth. They claim to have all of these experts and all of this testing. I guarantee you, none of those so-called experts and none of those tests were performed by people who actually play the game on any type of regular basis. Anybody who's ever played Call of Duty, who played from the beginning, knows that this matchmaking is a bunch of bullshit. If the community needs to be protected and good players need to be alienated for bad players to stay in the game and have fun, then why was Call of Duty way bigger before this current matchmaking system? Why has this current matchmaking system absolutely destroyed the Call of Duty scene? Why? If it's so good for the game, do you find nobody hardly streaming multiplayer anymore? Nobody who grew up loving Call of Duty can stomach this game anymore. Why, if it's so good? Because it's not. It's, you know what's good for the game? It's all about profits. This ain't about you having fun. This ain't about people backing out. This is about protecting the largest population in the game. Because in the game, you got good players, which make up the top 10 to 20%, and then you got the bad players who make up the bottom 80. Now, in the past, Call of Duty was able to thrive and be fun and be successful because bad players were protected by their large numbers. If 80% of the people playing Call of Duty are bad, then shit, if you're playing free-for-all, that's 6 out of your 8 enemies are gonna be shit just like you. Good players are few and far in between in a matchmaking system that's organic. They just match people up based on ping. And that shit worked for over 10 years. It wasn't until all of these so-called experts, all of this AI technology, all of this bullshit, you started trying too hard to make money. You got greedy and you decided that if you toss out the top 10 to 20%, if you toss out of the player pool anybody who's capable of blowing anybody else's back out, then that makes it to where the bottom 80% might be happy enough to spend some money in the store. You don't gotta protect people to keep them from backing out. Blame Truth made a video about this shit today and showed his scoreboard at the end of an X-Defiant game. 3 horrible players on the enemy team stayed the whole game. One of them went 2 and 22. Another one went like 11 and 23. The other one went like 8 and 27. I would have backed the fuck out way before then. But most people don't care about that because bad players know that they're bad. And if they stick with the game, they know that they'll get better and they can see themselves get better, and that right there is rewarding, watching yourself climb a ladder. But when you make a game that inorganically hands you wins when you've been getting your ass kicked, and then inorganically hands you an ass kicking whenever you've been doing good, what are you fighting for? People do good and then they scared to play the next game because they know what's coming. And even when they do have a good game, they can't feel good about it because it feels like a handout. This system does not work when it comes to having fun in the game for most people. You see, the top 10 to 20%, they already wrote us off as the casualty. They already sacrificed our enjoyment of the game to protect the largest pool. Casualty of war, just like in the military. They will kill their own, they'll drop a bomb and kill their own soldiers if they know that only 20% of their soldiers gonna die, if it means that they can kill 80% of the enemy. They'll do that type of shit, and that's what happened to us. But you see, we make up the commentators, the live streamers, everybody making content about Call of Duty is in that top 20 to 10%. So most of the content being made about the game is out here telling the truth, warning people not to waste your money because the algorithm is gonna chew you up and spit you out. So they're trying to combat that. They trying to justify the shit to maybe quiet some of us, or justify themselves to any casuals who will read the blog post. But what casual reads blog posts about Sbmm? They don't. This shit is just to quiet us down, and as you can see, it only made me louder. Cause it's plainly clear now that the algorithm ain't going nowhere. They out here telling lies. And I don't even know if these idiots even know that they telling lies, because they might believe the shit that they see on the paper. But if you don't actually grind this fucking game respectfully, you don't know jack shit. Damn, I just bit my tooth. I'm so fucking angry. You don't know jack shit about what's fun in the game. What was fun is what worked for the first decade plus of the shit. You didn't need to change what wasn't broken. Go back to the way it was. We would never be quiet because your system will never work. This shit is ass and people hate it when they try to play it, but they love Call of Duty so much that they keep buying it every year, hoping and praying that this time it'll be better, but it's never better. It's always the same shit. Because you dummies got your face planted in so much data that you don't know what's real and what ain't. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me if I'm lying. This shit is crazy, man. But you know what? We don't have to get upset about it. Because the system that's designed to alienate us can easily be manipulated to go back to the good old days of pub stomping and ripping motherfuckers a brand new asshole in these lobbies, just like the good old days. So why complain? Get out here and do your motherfucking thing. That's what I'm saying. Shit. But they need to stop telling lies. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. You just want to toss out anybody that's capable of stomping somebody else because you just want them to spend money in the store. That's it. That's it. Look at all of these gameplays in this game, in this video right here. Every one of these matches, I blew motherfuckers out. And if you look at the side of the screen, nobody backs out of any of the games, not one person. I remember when I was a shitter, I used to get smashed by guys like me now, and I'd be like, damn, that motherfucker's a superhero. I want to be like him one day. I didn't quit the game, and if I did, I just came back later. They act like quitting is something that's not natural. Of course, people are going to quit if they get frustrated, but when you make a good game, it makes them want to come back and get better and do better. But what the fuck do they know? They don't even play their own game. How the hell you prop yourself up to call yourself some type of fucking expert and you're shit at the game? You don't even play this shit. Oh God, let me calm down. I could have wrapped this up after that gameplay, huh? But look here, 4 gameplays, 30 kills a pop, 11 minutes. That's what's fun in Call of Duty. Blowing people out is what's fun. I'm not finna sit up here and post a gameplay of me struggling and going to even Steven. That's not fun to watch. That's not relaxing. There's nothing of good about that type of shit. It's not fun. People want to get off work, put something in the air, throw one back, get on the game and smash boys like the good old days. And you keep tugging on the nostalgia strings of the OG players. You're coming with the MW2, the MW3. Now you're back on Black Ops. We bringing this back. We doing that. You're catering to the OG players. You're using nostalgia to rope us back in, only to duct tape us and toss us in the back room with no consideration for how we feel. They said it in the blog post. I don't remember the exact wording, but I keep saying 10 to 20% because I got that at the blog post. They understand that the top 10 to 20% are not going to enjoy this system, but they don't care because 80% is way more than 20. You can do math, can't you? That's why they don't care about us. To keep the bottom 80% happy, they spend more money. Doesn't matter if we spend money too, we're only 20% at best. Maybe one day they'll fucking get it. You know, maybe it'll take the success of X-Defiant. You know, the game is new, it just came out. It'll take Black Ops 6 to fail. And for their whole player base to end up on X-Defiant, for them to realize that this stupid, manipulative, demonic system does not work. Even bad players don't enjoy this shit. People can't party up and play with friends no more. This shit is terrible. Instead of owning up to your mistake, you double down and stand on the bullshit. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I ain't gonna never be quiet. I'm gonna only continue to get louder as time goes on until you do better. Until you own up to your mistake and take this shit out the game, we gonna keep raising hell, we gonna keep telling the truth, and it ain't shit you can do about it. Hit me with a cease and desist on this mouthpiece. Bitch, I'ma still keep talking. But I'm out of time, man. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me how the fuck you feel about this shit. I'ma leave a link in the description to the paper so you can read it yourself. It's the Murder Show, baby. Fuck with me. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to pimp slap the piss out the like button for your boy. Leave me a comment. And be sure to hit that motherfucking subscribe button and don't miss none of this Call of Duty real shit. It's the Murder Show. Fuck with me.